Ladies and gentlemen, with the weekly candle close that occurred yesterday, Bitcoin did unfortunately confirm various breakdowns from quite important indicators. But I don't think the charts are super bearish. I'm not really a proponent that we're in a bear market. I don't believe that's true. I believe the macroeconomic environment is very much bullish still. And I still think that at the end of the year, Bitcoin's price will be higher than its all-time high at marked 73K. That is still my underlying thesis, although there's no denying that what's happened in the last couple of weeks is not only unexpected, okay, from a macroeconomic perspective, because the S&P 500, all the traditional markets, they're up high, but also just objectively bad, right? It's objectively not a good thing to break below the pi cycle center lines and bull market support band after you've recently placed an all-time high. It's something that's never happened before. It's thrown us into an uncertain market environment for that reason. If something's never happened before, we can't really make strong predictions about what's going to happen next. That's the unfortunate truth. And the candle has closed now. As you can see, it's below bull market support band, below pi cycle lines. You know, these are indicators that held very strongly in prior bull markets throughout the entirety of 2017. We've gone over it over and over again. And now we are in a position in which we need to, drift towards other forms of TA. To get some clarity about what's going on here. Luckily, I do have some clarity to shed on Bitcoin right now in regards to medium-term, short-term, long-term charts, even a potential reconnection to the 4-year cycle, which would be great to see. But before we get into any of that, the in-depth, the nitty-gritty, let's go ahead and check out the Bitfinex and BingX exchanges. These are exchanges that I personally recommend. Bitfinex is offering you 5,500 USDT in rewards for signing up with my referral link, and BingX is offering you 4,000. If you don't win the rewards, you will get on both exchanges with my referral link a 15% lifelong trading fee discount on every single buy and sell. You can save yourself literally thousands of dollars just by using my link for that reason. These are both very low in trading fees. They've both never been hacked before. They're both global non-KYC. There's no KYC regulation. You don't have to verify your identity. All these kind of things allow you to access it from anywhere in the world. So check them out. My referral links are down below for those rewards and also for the utility of the exchanges. It helps out the channel and it helps out you as well by getting on a good exchange. Now let's dive right into the Bitcoin charts. So we already analyzed the breakdowns we saw on the weekly chart. That's not good. But overall, we're going to look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, total cryptocurrency market cap, altcoin market cap, and 4-year cycle. And I actually am not particularly bearish on the charts as a whole right now. I think there is a decent likelihood that 53K was the bottom. I don't see the problem with this market environment right now is that we are currently, as per the fact that we've been moving downwards since the start of June, in a deviation from the regular market characteristics that generally drive the Bitcoin price upwards. So the macroeconomy is currently bullish. That generally means that Bitcoin goes upwards. But unfortunately, Bitcoin's been going downwards for 2 months for various reasons. Some of them identifiable, some of them unidentifiable. And so it's a matter of when are we going to get back into rational price action? Because this price action, by default, is irrational price action. This entire drop is not in accordance with what generally drives up Bitcoin, right? What generally drives Bitcoin to the upside is currently not having an effect on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is being dragged to the downside. So the whole question is, when will Bitcoin reconnect to the underlying, backdrop of what generally drives it to the upside? I can't answer that question, but what I can say is that eventually it probably will reconnect to that, right? Unless the entire market environment changes right now and Bitcoin stops being connected to traditional markets right now, today, it probably will reconnect to what has generally driven it to the upside and driven it to the downside and currently is bullish. So I believe that Bitcoin is macro bullish for that reason. I also believe that Bitcoin is forming some bullish structures here. I believe that this drop is unsustainable. I don't think, and this is all compatible, by the way, with the fact that the macro trends have broken, right? This is all compatible. Those macro trends are now gone. Oh, they certainly, spanner's been thrown in the works and they're less reliable. And so we will have less clarity on the preciseness of Bitcoin's following moves. We can't really rely on those indicators anymore. But with that said, we can rely on regular conventional TA, which is slightly disappointing because we'd like to have, the more predictive data, the better, really. But now we have conventional TA, which is saying, okay, Bitcoin is in yellow on the screen, a descending wedge formation of some sort, which of course is a bullish pattern. Of course, is a pattern that generally leads to a bottoming out and breach to the upside. Now, I can't say for sure whether that pattern is actually going to breach to the upside because, again, we are in a deviation. So we are in irrational price action. If it breaks to the upside or not depends on whether the price action will become rational or not. But what I can say is based on TA, Bitcoin's not looking too bad right now, based on TA, in the immediate term, right? Because we've got this descending wedge formation. We've got a massive hurdle here, though. In order for Bitcoin to actually have confirmed a break back to the upside, in order for Bitcoin and the market in general to confirm any sort of strength in terms of actually confirming it, right? Not just speculation, confirming strength, we need to get above this kind of green rectangle I've just circled out, which is our hurdle. I did a video on that price region yesterday. It's the 56.5K zone to 61K zone. It's the massive resistance zone we are facing right now. And in breaking that hurdle, we will also be breaking the descending wedge. So if Bitcoin breaks the descending wedge and the hurdle, so if it breaks 61K in short, I believe that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole is back on the right track to head upwards to new all-time highs. That break would also coincide with a break of the descending channel formation, most likely. Not certainly, but most likely on this chart, the daily chart right here, which would be an extremely bullish thing. The descending channel formation on the daily chart has been in play for in excess of basically 5 months now. So a lot of signals here for Bitcoin showing that the downwards trend, won't last forever. We will end up back upwards higher. But the reason why I can't give you exact predictions is because we are in a rational market environment right now. This price action is simply not, this simply didn't, this shouldn't have happened fundamentally. And so if this shouldn't have happened, and we haven't seen any reason to believe that we've returned to rationality yet, we can't really know what's going to happen, right? With any degree of real certainty. What we can do is say that based on conventional TA, this is a bullish structure. And if it actually does end up breaking to the upside, then we can be confident again. And then we can start taking a more aggressive approach in our investments, okay? But right now, I'm still in that cautious territory. I don't think the charts, the price right now at 57K is a good position to be in. But I am optimistic. And moving through to Ethereum, I think we get quite a similar story. Again, we are in a major macro support zone. We formed some sort of formation which could be representing a double bottom formation. And I suppose the risk here is that Bitcoin did that as well. Bitcoin formed a formation that could have been representing some sort of double bottom as well. It could have bottomed here at 57K. It didn't. It went downwards below it, and we dropped it downwards massively to 53K. Altcoins got freaking decimated, right? 30% drop on altcoins just in a day. And that's the reason we cut our wins on altcoins before that drop could occur. And I haven't bought back altcoins yet. I'll discuss that in a second. Didn't sell our Bitcoin though, but I definitely did sell my altcoins. And Ethereum, a similar situation, double bottom formation, it's a period where you can be optimistic, but again, until you get confirmation that the market environment has returned to rationality, you can't be too optimistic, right? Because you're still in an irrational market environment. So it's still not something you want to be overly enthused about. And if we do drop below the support region, we will go straight down to the $2,500 zone in Ethereum. That will be an additional 10 to 15% drop. Now on Ethereum, in order for upside confirmation, I would like to see 3,300 break. That red line right there, I would like to see that level break. Breaking above that resistance level will form some nice cup formation, just like we formed over here, and get us back in a territory in which we can start attacking all-time highs once again. As for the total cryptocurrency market cap, it has a similar wedge to Bitcoin, a descending wedge formation. Again, something to be slightly optimistic about. It is approaching the end of a wedge much quicker than Bitcoin. The wedge is ending on the 28th of July, and you can see it's actually compacted right now. So I believe that the broader markets will move quite shortly, really, for that reason. And if we move into the total 3, which is the altcoin market cap chart, again, altcoin market cap is sitting on support right now on the RSI, but there's no guarantee that support holds. Again, it's broken in price cycles, right? So it's just, again, another region where another chart where we have to be kind of cautious still. We just have to wait for the market to return to rationality. On the total 3, we came up on yesterday's daily candle and rejected right off the ascending support line, which was our breakdown confirmation line, right? We sold on the breakdown of that support line for altcoins. We sold in time to avoid a drop that went downwards 11% on altcoin market cap, which was 25-30% on regular altcoins in the top 100. And I'm very happy I sold there. And I'll tell you right now, it's going to take a lot for me to buy back altcoins, because given the structural breaks here on altcoins, I'm not really too confident in our predictive capabilities in the broader altcoin market. I will need to see quite a bit of evidence on both Bitcoin and on things like Bitcoin dominance and things like that to get back into altcoins. And I'm not afraid at all to buy back at high prices. Buying back at high prices does not concern me. I'm not a gambler. I'll buy when there's evidence to buy. If that evidence only comes later and I buy back higher, I'm really not concerned at all. Again, I'm not a gambler. I'm an investor or a trader or whatever you want to call it, right? Now, obviously, with this deviation from the trends that have usually held for Bitcoin within the 4-year cycle, these micro trends within the 4-year cycle, such as all these indicators and things like that, now they have broken to the downside. We can look to the broader 4-year cycle for guidance. We can do that, and the broader 4-year cycle is still very much intact. It's still very valid. The problem with the broader 4-year cycle right now, though, is that we are still ahead of schedule by a significant period of time. So we're about 100 days still. 100 days, maybe 120, 130 days ahead of schedule. Even with all the consolidation that's gone on recently since February when we broke all-time highs, we're still about 120 to 130 days ahead of schedule for the 4-year cycle. And so if we were to see Bitcoin link up with the 4-year cycle again, we wouldn't want to see Bitcoin breaking all-time highs until at the very earliest late September, right? So if Bitcoin breaks all-time highs in late September or October or November or even December, that's good. That's a good sign. It means we're linking up the 4-year cycle again. It means we can start to predict a top in October 2025, again, as per the 4-year cycle. But right now, we are still ahead of schedule with the 4-year cycle. And so we still need to be considering the alternatives, which is a left translated cycle, until we see evidence that we are back on track with 4-year cycle. Now, it's interesting, right? Because 4-year cycle has never been off the table for me, but right now it's actually a really interesting thing because these micro trends, these bull market support band, pi cycle lines, etc., reach the point where in order for us to maintain the 4-year cycle, these trends needed to break. So the fact that they've broken on a surface level is very bad because it reduces mid-cycle predictability for us, but the fact that them breaking allows room for the broader 4-year cycle to come back into the camera lens. Is that a saying? Yeah, into lens. That's a good thing. Come back into focus is what I meant. That's a good thing. So I am looking at the 4-year cycle quite closely. I would absolutely love to see Bitcoin chill out for a bit and break all-time highs at the earliest in late September. That's what I'd love to see personally, because then we regain the predictive capabilities of the 4-year cycle and we regain the potential for an October 2025 top. And in doing so, we also regain some more confidence about the altcoin market, because the altcoin market has only ever gone up due to the 4-year cycle structure. So right now in the altcoin market, we are lacking predictive confidence. And if we regain that 4-year cycle, that predictive confidence will be regained in a different way. Again, I want to just quickly clarify. I'm not like totally bearish on altcoins or anything like that. I don't necessarily think it's like a tragedy or it's over, or altcoins are never going to recover again. Not at all, right? If the market goes up, altcoins are going to recover, and we most likely will see an altcoin season. My issue is some of the structures which would have made the altcoin season very easy to trade have lost a degree of confidence, unless Bitcoin manages to get over 61K very, very shortly, which again is a possibility if it's on the table. There's a lot of questions right now, a lot of uncertainty, and that's what happens when the market is not acting rationally. Unfortunately, that's just what happens. But yeah, that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. Keep an eye on some of these structures. They're things I'll be paying very, very close attention to over the next few days. Mainly this hurdle right here below 61K. That is the hurdle that I'm paying very close attention to over the next few days. So again, check out the exchanges, the Bitfinex and BingX exchanges for thousands of dollars in rewards. Also a 15% trading fee discount with my referral link. Non-KYC global sign up takes 30 seconds with my link down below. Check out as well the VIP group on Telegram. Very important here. For $365 US, you'll get access to the group until the April 1st deadline, the cutoff in April 1st, 2025. So $365 until April 1st, just under a year of membership or 9 months of membership. And you'll get access to 4 altcoin trading signals posted per week, and also a 24/7 group chat with 120 other VIP members. We've done insanely profitable start to the quarter here. In the last 8 days, we've had 7 activated trades, all of them reaching profits, and 4 of them reaching all of their targets in hundreds of percent. One of them was 370% profit. Just huge stuff here. So check it out if you're interested. And then finally, the Crypto Academy is running a sale currently. It is our educational course. If you want to learn how to trade, this, by the way, right, there's a lot of scam courses out there in the crypto market. There's a lot of courses costing like $7,000, $8,000 US for like 3 hours of content. Absolute scams, in my opinion. But that's the free market, I suppose. But my course, our course, myself and Mega World Crypto, we developed this course to be accessible to most people. We want people to learn how to trade. Because if our community learns how to trade, they're much more useful to us in our communities, in VIP, and also in the YouTube comment section. They have better insights, better things to say, higher quality comment sections, higher quality VIP groups. if your users and your community doesn't know how to trade, they don't know what they're talking about, right? It makes the comment sections intolerable. So learn how to trade. Do yourself a favor. Get in there, learn how to trade. All the information in the course. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you tomorrow.